Recorded in beautiful Vancouver, Washington, this is the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra podcast, and I'm your host, Ashley Hall. This episode is part of our special series, VSO Encore, where we revisit pieces and performers from concerts past. Today, we continue our last VSO Encore series of the summer, where we are listening to Gustav Holst's 7-movement suite, The Planets. This week, we're listening to movement number 6, Uranus, the Magician. The planet Uranus is named uniquely, having been dubbed with the Greek name rather than his Roman counterpart, Celis. The father of Saturn, or Cronus, and grandfather of Jupiter, or Zeus, Uranus was the king of the heavens before both of them. As an astrological force, Uranus is associated with originality, innovation, and invention. Holst interpreted this tendency as a magical force, and there is certainly precedent for this from his inspiration, astrologer Alan Leo. With each new movement, Holst was able to bring an entirely different sound and feeling to the suite, and this time is no different. Starting with a fanfare in triplicate, he gives us a motif of 4 notes, which will be heard many times throughout the movement, before sending us into an off-kilter dance. This is a somewhat whimsical sorcerer, bombastic and capricious. It has its moments of dignity, however, the brass sounding off a stately march in between flights of fancy. A huge crescendo gives the impression of a false ending, but shimmering strings draw us into a mystical rumination. Marching woodwinds interrupt the tranquility, and a deafening reiteration of the familiar 4-note motif is blasted in a deep baritone from the brass. This is high drama from an erratic force of nature, before trailing off with a deep rumble to fade into nothing. Stay tuned for more episodes of VSO Encore released every week. You can find it on our social media and our website, vancouversymphony.org, or on your preferred podcast app. The recording you heard today was The Planets, Suite for Large Orchestra, Opus 32, Movement Number 6, Uranus, the Magician, by Gustav Holst. Maestro Salvador Broton's conducting at Skyview Concert Hall in June of 2018. At Skyview Concert Hall in June of 2018.